Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today we are going to be playing some games on my Asus VivoBook E203M. Now I see a lot of things for the 203MA. Honestly, can't really tell the difference between the two, except for I think the MA has just the 2 gigs of RAM and the M has 4 gigs of RAM. But I see them intermixed online a lot of places. If you're going to buy one of these, do not buy one with the 2 gigs of RAM. It is not worth it. In fact, this one's often, I'll have this linked in the description. This one's still 160 bucks on Amazon, and I think the MA with the 2 gigs of RAM is like 175. So this one with 4 gigs of RAM, if you shop it right, can actually be the same price or cheaper than the 2 gig of RAM. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and play some games. We're rocking the Intel Celeron N4000 CPU. And we're just going to go down the list. I installed some games on here. First things first is Minecraft. Minecraft, obviously one of my favorite games that I've played for years. I started playing it when it was still in beta, probably close to 11, 12 years ago now. And get it loaded up here. Now I've gone through and I've got all the settings the way I want them on all these different games. Most of them, I turned up settings on them or did nothing. The one thing I did do on all of them is invert the mouse, because I started playing games back on an 8086 with a flight simulator, and that's just what I'm used to. One thing I will note is if you click on the battery down here in the bottom right corner, make sure you're on best performance. So I notice a lot whenever I reboot this computer, it will be in the middle on like average performance, whatever, or better performance. Make sure it's on best performance. You'll get obviously better performance when it comes to gaming or anything else. If you're on battery life, obviously it will drain your battery more quickly, but we're plugged in, and so that will not be a problem. This sure does load slow. This is a factor of the eMMC storage, which is faster than a spinning drive but slower than a typical SSD. I do not have any expanded storage in here via the micro SD card. I'm running strictly off the eMMC storage drive. So as you can see, I've been playing around a little bit, have a couple of worlds here. Let's full screen it. Now I prefer to record this with my external capture device, but for whatever reason, that when I plug it in, it is killing the frame rates on these laptops. I'm thinking because it's trying to drive 2 displays at once, and so it's no good. So I am using a camera pointed at the screen, so unfortunately you'll see some darker shadows here. That's just the angle of the camera. Let me see if does that help at all if I turn off the lights in the background? So for me, all of this is the same color at my eyes. I don't see any difference in color, so it coming up as being different colors is kind of weird. It's just an artifact of the camera. Alright, so give this just a moment to load in. I was playing earlier and I was getting between 45 and 75 frames a second. We're looking at, there's 42, 37. Give it just another moment to load up. Yeah, my only real complaint is just the load time when you're initially loading up the game. Now I'll show you what graphic settings I have set here. I did have to set them pretty low to be able to make it playable. But that's fine. I mean, this is just casual gaming. If you're just gaming on the go and you just want something basic, we're getting 58, 74, 72, 76, so we're getting very playable frame rates. Chunks do take a little bit longer to load in, but that has a lot to do with the speed of the storage on these. Yeah, we're getting 82 frames now that we're in the desert and there's not as much stuff for it to draw. But it definitely drops when it's having to load in a new chunk. So if you kind of tend to stay in the same area and work in the same area, it shouldn't be too bad. Let me show you what settings I have here for the graphics. So I have graphics at fast, smooth lighting is off, use VSync is off, full screen is off, particles minimal, clouds are off. and render distance is only 3 chunks. So if we bump that up to 4, bumping up to 5 made a big difference in the frame rates I was getting. I don't know if bumping it to 4 will have much of an impact. And you can hear the music playing. I tried to demonstrate this in my other video. Unfortunately, that got copyright striked. Hopefully this won't. I don't think so with the Minecraft. But the speakers on this are probably one of the best aspects. If you need a very inexpensive multimedia machine, this is really good. If you're streaming stuff off YouTube, or if you're streaming like Netflix or whatever, and you just want something small with great battery life, that has good sound, this is definitely up on my list. Alright, that's probably enough Minecraft. Let's exit out of there. Let's go down to the next one that I get asked a lot about, and that is Roblox. Now, I'm not a huge Roblox player. I'm going to apologize now. It's just not something not really in my wheelhouse of stuff I'm interested in. And if you're curious at all, I'm using my Microsoft Sculpt Bluetooth mouse for this. This is a great mouse. It's really nice because it's Bluetooth, so you don't require any dongle or anything. So when you have a super thin and light laptop like this, I highly recommend a mouse like this. I'll put a link down in the description if you're at all interested. Let's go ahead and play Jailbreak. This is a game I play on all these laptops, just for continuity and always kind of having it be the same. I'm a terrible Roblox player. I feel bad getting into any of these games because I don't know if I'm affecting any actual gameplay for anybody else or not, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And on this one, the only option I changed was the I inverted the mouse on this. Other than that, this is just the this is just the stock settings for graphics. Let's turn that volume down just a hair. It's getting a bit loud. There we go. Let's see, this is, very good frame rates. I think any hiccup that I get is more from the just it loading in over the internet connection. I have terrible Wi-Fi in my house. It's one of the things I need to upgrade next. Alright, so that's enough of this. But I think just driving around a car, it's having to load a lot quickly. It's a good representation of kind of what to expect graphics wise. Let's move on. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to load up Half-Life 2. I've been streaming this a little bit online. I don't talk a lot during my streams because usually I have other stuff going on. But if you're interested at all, I do periodically do stream some games here on YouTube. So and I'm planning on doing that a little bit more often. We'll load up a game here. So the great thing about a laptop like this and an older game is you're going to get a very playable experience. These older games, I mean, they were made for hardware that was a fraction of the power of... Oh, I just blew myself up. That was a mistake. They were meant for games that had the fraction of the power of what even basic systems have now. So, you're going to get a great gaming experience on here. It's going to be thin and light and great battery life. The screen looks great. So I remember when this game first came out, I had to have pretty beefy graphics cards to be able to play this game. I spent a lot of money to be able to play this game back in, when it came out? 2001? 99? Something like that? Whenever it came out. So that was a long time ago. Alrighty. 2003 maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and exit out of here. Quit. Don't save because I blew myself up by accident. Alright, next thing we're going to do is Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. This is an even older game. To get this to play, I did have to download some extra OpenGL drivers. Just Google it if you want to play a game like this. This is specifically these old Lucasfilm games, or not Lucasfilm, LucasArts games, because they require a graphics driver for a dedicated graphics card that isn't part of the integrated Windows, or excuse me, integrated Intel chips. But it was really easy. It took me 2 minutes to get it working again. Let me see, am I still in God mode?
Cover our back.
Okay, I'll wait here. Don't take all day.
Oh, what do I want to do? Alright. I just have God mode on just because, you know, cheating's the best. You can see, once again, very playable, very enjoyable. Now, the screen resolution, I have this through Steam, and it hasn't been optimized for more modern screens, so it's a bit letterboxed here, which is fine. It's the way it was meant to be played when it first came out. I'm doing a terrible job. I'm just having some fun here. So anyways, so again, very playable experience. I'll go ahead and exit out of here. Alright, we'll go back even further in time. One of absolutely my favorite games. I've featured it on this video on this channel a few times, but it is Pod Racer. So thanks to GOG.com, I'm not affiliated. I don't have any links. They're not paying for or sponsoring this video in any way. But when I learned that they had this game available as something that was updated for more modern PCs, it about made me cry, because this is by far my favorite game of all time. And start race. So I won't complete a race, but you can see just how smooth and how nice this game plays on here. So I get a lot of questions of, can I game on this laptop? Well, the answer is yes, depending on what you're wanting to play. You know, if you're wanting to play AAA titles, no, you can't play the most modern games. But if you're willing to step back several generations in games, or if you're willing to play something that is a more casual game, absolutely. This laptop does a very good job, as you can see, and has amazing sound on it, and has just overall great performance. I mean, for $150, short of buying like a used workstation PC, which in a lot of ways this is superior to, because you're going to get better battery life, it's going to be thinner and lighter, but that a used workstation laptop will be more powerful, have a more powerful CPU. But if you need something thin, light, multimedia, it's casual games, you're not going to need to store a lot of files. You have all these games on here. I just did Windows updates, and let's see, and I have 9.12 gigs free. So you can have a little bit of room on here. You expand it with a micro SD card on the side, and you should be good to go. I highly recommend this laptop if you're looking for that budget entry-level laptop. If you have a kid who needs a laptop, a student, whatever, if you just need to take notes, have a laptop that can last you battery wise all day long. Definitely can recommend this laptop every single day of the week. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. I always put affiliate links in the description. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.